So we're going to be continuing a full stage revision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's only almost 2 pages and you're going to be finishing stage 1. So ready?
Yay.
Yay. Okay, so let's start. What is the difference between any and some? What's the difference between any and some? The difference between any and some is that we use any in question and negative sentences, whereas we use some in positive sentences. Yep. Are there any books on the table? Are there any books on the table? Yes, there are some books on the table. Are there any pictures on these walls? I've got 4 walls here. So are there any pictures on these walls? Yes, there are some pictures on those walls. Yep, they are imagination only. Have you got any shoes on your feet? Have you got any shoes on your feet? Yes, I've got some shoes. No?
Of course not.
Have you got any socks on your feet? Have you got any socks on your feet? Yes, I've got.
Yes, I've got
some socks on
my feet.
Yes, suddenly. More shoes. Are there any books on the floor? Are there any books on the floor? No, there aren't.
No, there aren't.
Any books on the floor?
Yes, I have.
Oh, yeah. I cannot see.
Here,
Okay.
a lot.
Oh, okay. Okay, so are there any books on the floor? Are there any books on the floor? Yes, there are some books on the floor. Yeah, you can fix it later. Another. Are there any pictures on that chair? Are there any pictures on that chair? Yes, no?
Chair.
Are there any pictures on that chair? Are there any pictures on that chair? Yes, no? No, there aren't.
No, there aren't.
Any pictures on this chair? Are there any chairs on the table? Are there any chairs on the table? No, there aren't.
No, there aren't.
Any chairs on the table? Yep. Okay, what about this one? How many books are there on the table? About how many books are there on the table? There are two books on the table. About how many books are there on the floor? About how many books are there on the floor? There are?
There are more than 20.
Books on the floor.
Books on the floor.
Yeah, but my floor. How many books are there on the floor? About how many books are there on the floor? There are none.
There are none.
Yeah, for the sake of the word. Okay, another. How many pictures are there on this wall? Only my wall. How many pictures are there on this wall? There are 2 pictures. On that wall. Yep. About how many pictures are there on my chair? About how many pictures are there on my chair? There are none.
There are none.
How many students are there in this classroom? Only here. How many students are there in this classroom? There is one student. In this classroom. How many students are there sitting on the floor? How many sitting? How many sitting? How many students are there sitting on the floor? There are none.
There are none.
How many? Hello. Okay, congratulations. That was the last part of stage 1, right? That was really
cool. Yay!
Yeah, congratulations. Yep. So are you ready for our stage 2?
Yeah.
Good. Ready?
Okay.
I'm going to start right now. Yep. On an example, going to be opening my very thin book. What am I doing? You're opening the book. What am I doing? You're closing the book. What am I doing? You're going to the door. Are you speaking English? Yes, I'm speaking
English.
Is she sitting on a chair? Is she sitting on a chair? No, she isn't sitting.
She isn't sitting
on a chair. She's sitting on the floor. Yeah, my neighborhood. Okay, another. Am I writing in the book? No, you aren't.
Writing in the book.
You are reading the book. Are you speaking Japanese? No, I'm not speaking Japanese. I'm speaking
English.
Are you standing on the floor? No, I'm not standing.
Not standing on the floor.
I'm
sitting on the floor.
Are you speaking French? No, I'm not speaking French. I'm
French.
I'm speaking English. I suppose to put fries, French fries. Are we going home? No, we aren't
going home.
We are remaining
in the room.
In the room. Yep. Are they standing behind the house? No, they aren't standing behind the house. They're standing
in front of the house.
Yes, house.
Okay,
what about this question? Are you sitting on a chair? Yes, no?
No, I'm not sitting.
I'm not sitting on a chair. I'm
sitting on the floor.
Yeah, just put yes or no. Save. What am I doing? You're closing
the book.
Ask me a question with a present continuous, please. Continuous, please. What are you doing? Am I writing?
Etc.
Yeah, when you're gonna I'm writing. Okay, what about this one? What is the difference between the present continuous and the present simple? What is the difference between the present continuous and the present simple? The difference between the present continuous, present continuous, and the present simple is that we use present continuous, the present continuous for an action we are doing now. Whereas we use the present simple for an action we do generally. Not generally. Generally. Yeah, that's my friend Jenny. Okay, another. Are you reading that book? Are you reading that book? No, I'm not reading.
I'm not reading this book.
Do you read that book? Do you read that book? Yes, I read this book.
I read this book.
Are you writing? Are you writing? No, I'm not writing. Do you write? Do you write? Yes, I write. Am I going to the door? Am I going to the door? No, you aren't going to the door. No, you aren't going to the door.
Going to the door.
To the door. Like to the door. To the door. You're remaining on the chair. Do I go?
Chair.
Oh, okay. Yeah, only an example. Where? Okay. I'm remaining where? I'm remaining
on the floor.
Yeah, you really like your floor. Okay, so do I go to the door after lesson? Do I go to the door after lesson? Yes, you go to the door.
Go to the door
after lesson.
After the lesson.
After the lesson. Yep. Are you going home? Are you going home? No, I'm not going home. I'm remaining in the room. Yep. Do you go home after lesson? Do you go home after the lesson? Yes, I go home.
Yes, I go home
after the lesson.
After the lesson.
Yeah. You're also a student, right? Like, on an example, is she speaking? Is she speaking? No, she isn't speaking.
She isn't speaking.
Does she speak? Does she speak? Yes, she speaks.
She speaks.
Yeah, who is that? Okay, another. What is the negative of I speak? What's the negative of I speak? The negative of I speak is I don't speak. Yep. Okay, let's move down here. Do you remain here after lesson? Do you remain here after lesson? No, I don't remain here after the lesson. I go home. Do they speak Japanese? Do they speak Japanese? No, they don't speak Japanese. They speak English. Do I read books in Chinese? Do I read books in Chinese? Yes, you read books in.
You read books?
Yes. Yes. You read books in
Chinese.
In Chinese. Okay, another. So it means that. Yep, another. What is the negative of he speaks? What's the negative of he speaks? The negative of he speaks is
he doesn't speak.
Correct. Does she speak Japanese? Does she speak Japanese? No, she doesn't speak Japanese. No, she doesn't
speak Japanese.
She speaks English. Does he remain here after the lesson? Does he remain here after the lesson? No, he doesn't remain here
after the lesson.
He goes home.
He goes home after the lesson.
Yep. Mia, do you write in German? Do you write in German? No, I don't write
in German.
I write in
Japanese.
Okay, this time ask me a question with the word do, please. Ask me a question with the word do, please. Do you speak English? Do they read their books at home? Ask me a question with the word does, please. Ask me a question with the word does, please. Does he speak Chinese? Does she read books in French? Yeah, the S is coming out. Coming over. Okay, what about your country? About how many people are there in your country? About how many people are there in your country? There are about.
How many?
People?
Only?
Like me and you. Okay, there are about 100 million people.
100
million people in my country. Yep. How many things are there in that room? About how many things are there in that room? There are about.
How many? A lot.
A lot of things. Okay. Give me a number. 1,000 things.
1,000 things.
In this room. You're like, a lot. Okay. About how many pages are there in your book? About how many pages are there in your book? There are about. How many in your Callan book? 100, 200 pages. Which one?
How many?
100 pages.
100 pages.
In this book. And she will check. Only today. It's okay. Okay. That's why it's only English, no math. I know. So what about this one? Can you speak Japanese? Yes, I can speak Japanese. Can you touch that book? Can you touch that book? Yes, I can touch this book.
This book.
Can you read and write? Can you read and write? Yes, I can read
I can
and write.
Read and write.
Hey, do you like your city? Do you like your city? Yes, I like my
I
city.
like my city.
Do you dislike the cinema? Do you dislike the cinema? Yes, no?
Yeah.
No, I don't dislike
I don't dislike
the cinema.
the cinema.
I like
I
the
like
cinema.
the cinema.
If you have a picture there, so do you like that picture? Do you like that picture? Yes, I like
I
this.
like this picture.
Yep. Because I cannot only pencil. Maybe your picture there. Yeah. Do you dislike television? Do you dislike television? Yes, no.
No.
No, I don't dislike
I don't
television.
dislike television.
I like
I
television.
like television.
Yep. Does she dislike television? My neighborhood. Does she dislike television? No, she doesn't dislike.
She doesn't dislike
Dislike television.
television.
She likes television.
She likes television.
Yep. So this pen is on my right hand or in my right hand, but this one has nothing, right? This is left. So again, which hands is which hands is? It's your left hand.
Left hand.
Which hands is which hands is? It's your
right hand.
This time I want you to put your right hand on that book, please. Online example. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm putting my right hand
on
this
book.
This time I want you to please close your eyes. Yeah, left eye. Yep. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm closing my left eye. Yep. Is my hand moving? Is my hand moving? No, your hand.
Your hand
isn't moving.
Isn't moving.
It's still.
It's still.
Am I standing still? Am I standing still? No.
No.
You aren't standing still.
You're moving.
Yep. Are all the parts of your body still now? Are all the parts of your body still now? No, not all the parts
not
of
all the parts of
my body
are
still now.
Still now.
My mouth and my
tongue,
etc.
are
moving.
Moving.
Yep. Do you generally sit completely still in the lesson? Do you generally sit completely still in the lesson? No, I don't generally sit completely still in the lesson. I move. Yes. Move. I move. Yep. Does she generally sit completely still in the lesson? On one example, does she generally sit completely still in the lesson? No, she doesn't.
She doesn't.
Generally sit completely still in the lesson. She moves.
She moves.
What clothes are you wearing? What clothes are you wearing? I'm
wearing.
What is that? Pullover, blouse, which one?
Blouse.
Yep. Blouse. What else? Pajamas. Pajamas. Which one? Pants, tights. Which one?
Pants.
Okay, so let's just say tights, etc. Very Callan, right? Tights. Yeah. Are you wearing glasses? Are you wearing glasses? Yes, I'm wearing glasses.
Wearing.
Wearing. What am I wearing? No, I'm not.
No.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, I'm wearing glasses. Are you wearing a hat? Are you wearing a hat? Yes. Yes? No? No, I'm wearing a hat. It's a headset. Okay. Are you wearing a hat? Are you wearing a hat? No, I'm not wearing a hat. Do you wear a hat? Do you wear a hat? Yes, I wear a hat.
I wear a hat.
Are you wearing a coat? Are you wearing a coat? No, I'm not wearing a coat.
A coat.
Do you wear a coat? Do you wear a coat? Yes, I wear a coat.
I wear a coat.
What am I doing? What am I doing? You're touching
your nose with your finger.
Do we speak with our mouths? Do we speak with our mouths? Yes, we speak with our mouths. Do we read with our eyes? Do we read with our eyes? Yes, we read.
Yes, we read
with our eyes. Yep. How much is half of 100? How much is half of 100? 50 is half of 100. How much is half of 13? How much is half of 13? 6 and a half is half of 13.
Half of 13.
Of 13. Are half of the people in that town man? Are half of the people in that town man? Yes, half of the people. Half of the people in this town are men. Tell me your name, please. Tell me your name, please. My name is me. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm telling you my
name.
Yep. Tell me the name of the capital of Russia, please. Tell me the name of the capital of Russia, please. Moscow is the capital of Russia. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm telling you the name of the capital of Russia. Yep. Okay, so let's move down here. This one. Are you Russian or Greek? Are you Russian or Greek? No, I'm not Russian.
I'm not Russian
or Greek.
I'm Japanese.
Do you speak Greek? Do you speak Greek? No, I don't speak Greek. I speak Japanese. Which do you prefer, the cinema or television? Which do you prefer, the cinema or television? I prefer television. I prefer television to the cinema.
Cinema.
Cinema. Yep. Which do you prefer, tea or coffee? Which do you prefer, tea or coffee? I prefer
coffee.
Which one?
To tea.
Which does she prefer, tea or coffee? Which does she prefer, tea or coffee? She prefers coffee to tea. Do the English generally prefer coffee? Do the English generally prefer coffee? No, the English don't generally prefer coffee. They generally prefer generally prefer tea. Very careful. Generally. Okay, another. Are both my hands on the table? Both my hands on the table? Yes, both your hands. Both your hands are on the table. Are both these hands open? Are both these hands open? Yes, both those hands are open. Yep. Okay, what about this one? Which is right to say, Miu? Both us or both of us? Which is right to say, both us or both of us? It's right to say.
Both of us.
It's right to say yes. Both of us. Are both of us sitting? Are both of us sitting? Yes, both of us are sitting. Do both of them speak English? Do both of them speak English? Yes, both of them speak English. Are both of us speaking English? Or both of us speaking English? Yes, both of us are speaking English. English. Are we both sitting? Are we both sitting? No, we aren't both sitting. We aren't both sitting. I'm sitting, but you are.
You're
You are standing. Yeah, but I'm floating. Okay, what about this one? What does the word hello mean in Japanese? What does the word hello mean in Japanese? The word hello means...
What is it?
Yeah. Konnichiwa in Japanese. What does the word goodbye mean in Japanese? What does the word goodbye mean in Japanese? The word goodbye means... sayonara in Japanese. What did the word... Japanese. Yep. What are the words thank you mean in Japanese? What do the words thank you mean in Japanese? The words thank you mean arigato in Japanese. Easy. Okay, which language are we speaking now? Which language are we speaking now? We are speaking English. No. Mio, which language do you generally speak every day? Which language do you generally speak? I generally speak Japanese. Which does she, or which language does she generally speak? Which language does she generally speak? She generally speaks Tagalog. Yep. Is Chinese a European language? Is Chinese a European language? No, Chinese isn't a European language. A European language. It's an Asian language. Is Germany an Asian country? Is Germany an Asian country? No, Germany isn't an Asian
country.
It's a European
country.
Yep. Country. Yep. What is the negative of I have? What's the negative of I have? The negative of I have is I don't.
Oh, I don't have.
Which is true, right? One more time. The negative of I have is
the negative
of I have is
I don't
I have not. Yay! I can get even. The negative of I have is I have not. What's the contraction of I have not? What's the contraction of I have not? The contraction of I have not is
I haven't.
Have you got forearms? Have you got forearms? No, you haven't got forearms. You've only got two arms. Have you got two heads? Have you got two heads? No. I haven't got two heads. I've only got one head. Yeah, what about Mr. Brown? It's hiding, right? So has he only got one hand? Has he only got one hand? No, he hasn't only got...
No,
he hasn't only got one hand. He's got two hands. Yep, he's hiding. Another. Has she got two noses? Has she got two noses? No, she hasn't got two noses. She's only got one nose. One nose. What about us? Have we only got one mouth? Have we only got one mouth? No, we haven't. No, we haven't only got one mouth. We've got
two mouths.
Two mouths.
Two mouths.
It's coming out. Another. Have they got 8 ears? Have they got 8 ears? No, they haven't got 8 ears. They've only got 4 ears. Yep. Are your shoes the same as my shoes? Are your shoes the same as my shoes? No, my shoes aren't the same as your shoes. They're different from your shoes. Are the French the same as the Russians? Are the French the same as the Russians? No, the French aren't the same as the Russians. They're different from the Russians. Yeah, my eyes are black and white, like TV. Are your eyes the same color as my eyes? Are your eyes the same color as my eyes? Yes, no?
Maybe.
Yes. Yes, my eyes are.
My eyes are
the same color as your eyes. Yep. Do the people in Germany speak the same language as the people in Japan? Do the people in Germany speak the same language as the people in Japan? No, the people in Germany don't speak the same language as the people in Japan. They speak a different language from the people in Japan. Memorize. Okay, another. Which is right to say people are or people is? Which is right to say people are or people is? It's right to say people are. Yep, let's have a little bit of Japanese. I'm not familiar with this, but what do the words anybody and somebody mean in Japanese? What do the words anybody and somebody mean in Japanese? The words anybody and somebody
means
what? I'm not sure. Maybe what? Narika? Dareka? Narika in Japanese.
Which word was it?
In Japanese. Anybody and somebody. Mean Dareka in Japanese. Yay! Yatta! Okay, what is the difference between anybody and somebody? What's the difference between anybody and somebody? The difference between anybody and somebody is that we use anybody in questions and negative sentences, whereas we use somebody in positive sentences. Yep. Is there anybody in this room? Is there anybody in this room? Yes, there's somebody in that room. In that room. Is there anybody speaking to you? Is there anybody speaking to you? Yes, there's somebody speaking to me. Is there anybody sitting there on that chair? Is there anybody sitting there on that chair? Yes, there's somebody sitting
there.
Yes, there's somebody. Yes, there's somebody sitting here on this chair. Yep, only an example. Okay, is there anybody sitting here on this chair? Is there anybody sitting here on this chair? Yes, there's somebody sitting there on that chair. I'm familiar with that expression. And is there anybody sitting on the floor? Is there anybody sitting on the floor? Yes, there's somebody sitting on the floor. They should change the Callan question, right? Okay, is there anybody in this room wearing a hat? Is there anybody in this room wearing a hat? No, there isn't anybody in this room wearing a hat. A hat. Yep, is there anybody in the corridor? Is there anybody in the corridor? No, there isn't anybody in the corridor. Yep, corridor. Who's speaking English in this room? Speaking English in this room. We are speaking English in this room. Who's speaking French in this room? Speaking French in this room. Nobody's speaking French in this room. Yeah, I almost know. Who's wearing suddenly, right? Who's wearing clothes in this room? Who's wearing clothes in this room? We are wearing clothes in this room. Who's wearing a hat in this room? Who's wearing a hat in this room? Nobody's wearing a hat in this room. Who's giving you an English lesson? Who's giving you an English lesson? You are giving me an English lesson. Who's in the corridor? Who's in the corridor? Nobody's in the corridor. Yep. Only an example. I am walking. What am I doing?
You're walking.
Oh, so I'm going to the window. Yep. So where am I walking to? You're walking to the window. Mia, do you like walking? Yes, no? No, I don't like walking.
I don't like walking.
You're so honest. Does she like walking? No, she doesn't like walking.
She doesn't like walking.
Same. Okay, what about this one? Is this Mr. Brown's dress? No, it isn't.
No, it isn't.
Mr. Brown's dress. It's Mrs. Brown's dress. Yep. Is this Mr. Brown's shirt? Yes, it's Mr. Brown's.
Yes,
it's Mr. Brown's shirt. Yep. Is this Mr. Brown's arm? No, it isn't.
No, it isn't.
Mr. Brown's arm. It's Mrs. Brown's
arm.
Yep, that's correct. What about this one? Is this Mr. Smith's ear? No, it isn't.
No, it isn't.
Mr. Smith's ear. Mr. Smith's ear. Mr. Smith's ear. It's Mr. Brown's ear.
It's Mr. Brown's ear.
Yep. Is this Mia's book? No, it isn't. Mia's book. It's Huazheng's
book.
It's mine. Okay, so that's gonna be your full stage revision as of the moment, right? Because we're gonna be continuing sooner or later. Yes, so I hope you have a good day today. See you for a while.
Bye bye.